Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to Philosophy Does. Today I am going to continue building up my city of ColdSnap in my let's play designing new cities. As you can see, I have kind of finished up the inner area of the city. I have added a few things here and there and I will show you that, and also in this video I will show you what I plan to do here. Now over here we can see that I've added one of the parks using the DLC Park Life. The name for this park is one of the submissions I got from you, and I am very thankful to you for all the names you have given me for parks and districts. Over here you can see that I've added another one of these solar power plants, and then I've done some landscaping over here to make a nice place for a football stadium. I have not used its mechanics at all, I have just placed it here for decoration purposes and entertainment. Also I've added some tennis courts and basketball courts to make this a more of a sports area. And then over here I have added some unique buildings like the Sea and Skyscraper and also the Observation Tower. Here in the middle I've added a lot of parks and trees. These parks are the ones with statues, and this is kind of a boulevard of parks and statues that's here. I know the street isn't really a boulevard, but it kind of fits the rest of the city as there are no avenues used here. Now I will use some avenues here and I will show you that shortly. Now, considering the fact that this is everything that I wanted to do here, I have also wanted to show you that I have finished up doing the metro. It is now carrying around 1000 people on 2 lines. You can see these lines here. I'm going to zoom out so you can see them. One line takes the workers from the 9 to 5 district all the way here to the work and jobs, and also here in the industrial spiral. But this side of the city only has some bus stops here in the uptown, where I have high density commercial and residential. While over here I've added an intercity bus station because of the new park, and the park does get a lot of visitors, which we can see here if we go into the park area, and we can see that it had over 2000 visitors. Now I'm expecting more visitors as the population grows and also from the region. This is why I have added this green bus line here, which takes sims all around here through these residential areas, these industrial areas, all the way up to this intercity bus station with an easy access to the amusement park main gate. Now if we take a look at the rest of the city, I have added a lot more trees. I have made sure to make it beautiful, and I think I've achieved the best city that I've ever made, considering how much effort I have made in every single one of these districts and parks. This is an amusement park, and I'm probably going to make a zoo somewhere inside the city at one point. Like I said, I consider this finished, this inner area of the city. And now I'm going to show you the plans for this area over here. Now I've been thinking of exactly how to design this, and I have come up with something that should turn out to be quite interesting. Like I said, I'm going to use some of these avenues, these 6-lane roads, and they're going to go in one way from here, like this. This is just a mock-up, so this is going to go up here, and then down here I'm going to have another one that's going to go like this. And here in the middle I'm going to have a 2-lane road, which is actually going to be facing over here. Is going to be a one-way. Now this means that the traffic is going to be coming off from this highway here, which is an entrance highway towards my city. There's going to be a ramp that's going to go like this. It's going to go down, and then it's going to become a tunnel, and it's going to come out over here where it is going to connect to this avenue. And the reason why it's an avenue is because I need to add some more entrances from this highway over here. So this is going to be a really long tunnel here from the right, and then straight into this hill. If I can just get this to cooperate like this, and then we go down, and this is going to connect all the way over here. And now this avenue is going to be fed traffic from 2 highway entrances. Also the same thing is going to happen here. This means that all the traffic is going to be pushing forward this way, but the only way to go back will be through here. But that's not the main point. And of course, to exit the city, they are going to be using these highways over here. Like, well, I just missed it, but let me just show it to you. Like this. Of course, it's not going to be so close to another entrance, but you'll see the point is not in that. The point is how I'm going to organize this area here. I'm going to make 4 circles that are going to look like something like this. Okay, it's not perfect, but you get the point. So like this, and then 2 more over there. These are not going to have services in them. The services are actually going to be here in the middle in a square that it's going to feature roads which are 2-way, 2 lanes. So the traffic is going to be able to move through here, but it's going to be forced to go from above down here, and then over here in the middle, this is where the services are going to be. And they're going to have a runabout, which is going to be underground, which is going to look like something like this. And then from this runabout, the service vehicles are going to be entering the middle of all of these 4 rings. So imagine if there was another ring here, another ring here. So this would be the services who are going to be sent out to care for the citizens living in these circles here. Now, because these circles are far bigger than these zones, there is going to be a lot of space here in the middle. This is where I'm going to have the exits, and they are of course going to have to connect to the sides of the circle so that the vehicles can reach here. And this is where people are going to work. The school services I am going to actually put on the edges here. So there are going to be paths for the citizens to actually go there. So for example, like this. And then if the school is here, they're going to be able to easily connect to it. Let me just make that a little bit better. So like this. And then everybody who lives here will have access to those schools by foot over here on the edges. And then as for the services, they're going to be coming in by vehicles from these underground entrances to these circles. And as for the goods, of course, I'm not going to be making any goods locally. I am probably going to see, well, I'm importing a lot. I'm exporting a little bit of goods. So I wouldn't be able to supply this area with goods if I make commercial areas here. So what I'm going to be doing is having the commercial areas here, but supplying them either from import through a cargo harbor, which is going to be located here, or I'm going to use a train station that's going to be located about here, and that is the way I'm going to get goods to these folks here. Now this area I'm going to try and connect with the rest of the city as well, so that Sims of course can go here if they want to work here and not work in here, or for Sims from over here to work over here. Now if I look at my residents, I have only 1% of unemployment, which means this area is of course going to be high density residential. So I'm going to have a lot more unemployed people who are going to be able to work in the commercial areas here and in the industrial areas here. Now I hope you are satisfied with my newest design. Now let's start building this for real, and I'm first going to delete these and then I'm going to start off with a clean slate. Alright, so like I said, the avenues, the 6-lane roads, they are going to be the one-ways and they're going to be on the edges here. So I'm going to use the curve tool and I'm going to start from about here. I'm going to follow the curvature of this mountainous range here, or maybe I should just call them hills, and then go all the way to about here. The same thing down here on the edge. Let's say I leave a healthy amount of space between the highways and this avenue. Let's say I go about this way through here and then end it over here. So I have these 2 starting ones. I could add a little bit more over here actually. Alright, change the direction. There we go. And now for the inner one, the one that is going to be going the other way, I'll start it from here, follow the curvature of this hill, and then end it over here. Now, as I said, I'm going to need those highway connections to come over here. So let's see where we can start with this one. Let's say we drop it off from about here. We can start from here and then go down till we can have a tunnel. Now curve it around and I can go back over here to actually get the traffic to go into the 6-lane road. There we go. So that's one, and I need another entrance from the other highway. That's from here. From this highway, I'm going to take the traffic from here, go a little bit up over here, and then I should be able to dig into this hill and then go down once again. Let's see if this is going to work out. So over here, excellent. And now I can just circle back towards this hill and then go down into this area, although I think I'm actually going to have to go above ground first. It's going to have to go a bit raised. There we go. Now I should be able to go down to about this and then underneath here. Alright, so it wasn't a full tunnel, but it worked out nicely after all. So now I have the ability for the traffic to get into this 6-lane road. Now I need to go into the other one as well. Now I could do these separately, or I could just branch off from these already set up ones into this one down here. Because I don't have that much traffic, that's doable. If it turns out that there's too much traffic, then I'll switch over to separate ones. So if I have this one coming off from here, I can just take it off here, go down below here, go towards this area here. I'm probably going to have to go deeper. Nope, it actually works out this way as well. Alright, and there we go. That entered into that 6-lane road, and now I just need... Actually, this is kind of ugly for traffic. It's going to create some problems. Maybe better to go like so, but just need a little bit more... Need a little bit less of a curvature, so let's try it from here like this. Okay, that's already better. Just fix that a little bit. There we go. It's still not perfect, but I'm gonna live with it. I'm trying not to go overly perfect in the city as I'm moving away from the grids and the need to make everything perfect. As for the other road, I could start from here, grab it from here, go above ground also, or maybe follow the ground a little bit down here. Let's see if this is going to work out. Okay, so exit from a tunnel, going over through here. No, it's too close to that highway. I have to rethink this. Alright, so go above ground sooner, so we can go above this highway. There we go. And then just go all the way here, and then shouldn't have a problem getting into this one. Alright, so that's 2 entrances per 2 6-lane roads. Now I'm going to need the exits as well. These I can do here easily because this one exits onto this highway here. And the other one, I'm going to use a tunnel because I don't want to go through that entire neighborhood. So like this, down here, and I will connect it all the way over here so that I don't have too many connections close to each other. Alright, so that kind of finishes the entrances and the exits. I could also potentially do another exit off of this one here because it's already close to this exit, and that should give them another way for vehicles to exit the city. Alright, so I think that's all the exits and entrances I needed. Now to set up the circles and the square in the middle where the services are going to be. So let's set up the square first. So the middle would be about here. I think I'm going to need a little bit more space on this edge, but I'm going to leave it such as it is, and then I'll see later if I need to make it smaller or bigger. I think this is enough for all the services. I may require some extra roads here. I'll just put them like this, and then I'll see later if I'm going to use them or change them. And of course the road will continue towards here as this is towards the exit. And that would be that for the middle one. Now I have enough room here on the sides to make 4 circles, and also I'll need that circle in the middle, that roundabout that I was talking about. So something like this for now, but as I keep building this, it's going to change its shape and size probably. Alright, so here the first ring, I'm going to do a trick I have shown you a long time ago, how to actually do good circles. So I'm going to pull up across like this, and then just go on to a single spot, for example here, and then just use the same distance each time. So I'm going to use the curve tool and then go 2 of these distances forward and then go down. And now when I delete the cross inside, this should be as good as I can get it in this area here. Yeah, it's a bit fat on the edges, but I think I'm going to leave it like this. As I said, I am not going to chase after perfection here. So that should be okay. And now this is going to have its connection to this middle roundabout underground like this. I have just one of these tunnels exit over here. So anybody who's traveling on the right side over here can turn over here to the right. Anybody traveling over here can turn to the left, and the ones coming off the tunnel can go left or right. Now, depending on how I actually zone this, it is going to dictate how the traffic is going to operate through these streets, and I'm not going to be afraid to change anything if I see any problems coming up. So now I'm going to need more of these circles over here, here and here, and then to connect everything and see how that is going to look like. So I think zoning will be part of the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for more.